Would ya look at the time? It's time for another video. Good day to you, my fellow adventurers throughout time and space. It is I, the Cowardly Time Lord, welcoming you back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. Let's see if my memory of this place still continues to hold up, shall we? Oh yeah, that Gladius we just picked up. We're about to get another repeat item. That was my fault. Don't think I showed this off nearly enough. Have I ever shown off Atomic Mind? I don't think I have.
Atomic Mind!
I'm actually going to defend here. We also get to see Thunder God. Because I know for a fact I've shown Thunder Kid. There's Hechel's Dragoon victory pose. And Dart just leveled up. Okay then. No. Wait. Stay to the side. This item. No! Even though I know there's no reason to, it's just to get rid of the healing fog. Mm. Now there is one more treasure chest, and well, there's two. One more that is an item, but it's right by the exit, so I'll just pop in after I sell things in Ulara, which is right after the desert. Also, I always thought the symbol on this rock on this screen, the one that kind of points you in the upward direction, kind of looked like a it kind of looked like a version of the cactar from the Final Fantasy series. That's just my opinion. And then, of course, you follow those arrows upwards, and you get to here. This weird place that no one has anything to say about. Okay, then. Over this way, I think? Best way. I'll just run all the way up along this edge of the desert. And then turn this way. Go up there if you want to exit the desert. There's a piece of treasure that is an equipment that I want to get. That one's just a healing potion. There. Regular old-fashioned healing potion. Man, am I sucking at doing darts blazing dynamo today. Haven't been able to pull it off once. Now, we fall down this sand pool. Whirlpool of sand. I don't know. And this is a treasure that is unique in this game. The Bandit Shoes. Which I would equip on Kongle, but we're about to get the best pair of shoes in the game. So I won't. Now I have to run all the way back through the desert, and you guys are gonna watch as I do this terrible accent for no apparent reason. Sorry, I am not talking. My brain's kinda just gone from my head. And my eye is hurting something fierce. Oh, I started playing a newer video game, and I've been having so much fun playing it, but the problem with that is I have very sensitive eyes that start hurting if I'm playing games with great graphics. And I know what you're gonna ask is, well, why don't your eyes hurt when you just go outside normally then? The answer is that when I'm actually outside, my glasses are transition lenses and start transitioning to make everything look darker. But when everything's all nice and bright and shiny, I am blinded. Put it simply, we are now at the Wingley City, almost. First we have to actually get there. Come on. Of course, yeah, there's a random encounter out here on the world map. And here is a jar. And it ran away. Whatever. That's a special enemy that can only be hurt by magic items. Or maybe it's even only able to be killed by the sachet. I'm not entirely sure. But now we get a scene about revealing Alara. Even if an adventurer is lucky enough to make it through the death frontier, nobody can proceed from here. Time was stopped for me 11,000 years ago with the spell of this choker. And this is the only way to see Alara, the spring breath town. But where is it? The only thing here is an endless desert. No, it's not, Hashel. I sense it. I sense people's feelings. Over there. Well, okay then. We can fly over there with this. Are you afraid? I think you are. I think you are. Maybe. We are standing by you. We're standing in a bayou. No, we're in a desert, Dart. I know. Let's go. Sorry I don't sound so enthused. I almost didn't feel like playing Legend Dragoon today, instead sticking with Breath of Fire 3 again. Welcome to Alara, the Spring Breath Town. I am the guard of the teleporting device, Charon. I'm a good friend of Rose's. Long time no see. Long time? Rose, you are starting to regain a sense of time, aren't you? No, not only that, you have recovered a lot of other things, too. Are you the person who stopped time for Rose? No, it was Charl Frama. She is the person we have to meet now. Rose has been carrying the fate of the world all alone, while shedding tears of blood. Okay. Can you go with Rose? Charon, stop it. I don't need to force them. I've already settled things with the Black Monster. Only thing left is that I have to complete this journey with my companions. If you understand that, I have nothing to say. That teleportation leads to a bar, which we'll need to go to eventually, but there's nothing too interesting there right now. But here's an interesting scene with Miranda. Roses. I think Shannon would be happy to see them. It makes me relieved. I didn't know you liked flowers, Miranda. I guess there is some woman in you after all. Don't misread me. Roses make me puke. They are just flashy. They don't have any kindness in them. Do you know why roses have thorns? It is to bring out their own red using the blood of the people they hurt. They'll do anything for their own happiness. Let's move on. I don't need to be here. You really don't. Like, at all. Other than you're extremely helpful in the fight against the winged executioners. That's a boss fight later. Anyways, just, oh, if I didn't get this. Yeah, alright. Talk to this guy. He's a weapon shop. That other person is the item shop. But you can sell 2 healing fogs, healing rains. I got 1 too many healing raises. Total vanishing can go. Recovery ball can go. Now we get the fairy sword, the arrow of force, the thunder fist. And these are the best shoes in the game. I know they take defense down by 5 points. But as you can see, they increases escape rate for magical and physical attacks by 5 points. But it doesn't tell you their other effect, which I will show you. They boost speed by 10 points. That is so helpful. Yeah, and now I'm gonna go back and get treasures. I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's examine these roses, by the way. It's hard to hold without getting scratched by the thorns, but Stardust! Yay! And now, there's 1 final Stardust in this city, and then only 1 more in the entire game. We have almost collected them all. Hooray! How much gold do we still have? Decent amount. Yeah. Unless to buy another legend. Okay. First, we'll pick up this one. Also, I still swear that the little picture on top of the box is same. But now we're going back into the desert real quick just to get that last treasure. Oh. I haven't been sleeping well. Of course, that's just every night for me. Oh, I thought it. Yeah, there we go. Now, this episode might run long just because of what happens next. Or I could call this video short. You know what? I'm going to call this video short and talk to Charles from in the next episode. Well, I was about to say I was going to talk to that wing because he has something interesting to say. Miata, where is Charles? Charles, Laurel. Yanny, Yarl, You are wondering because she would normally be taking care of these babies, right? Charles is preparing herself because, well, the things we didn't tell you about, right? She told you them, so must be about the moon signet. Tell me what you know. The signet is the signet sphere. The signet sphere is a sealing device that was created to be the last barrier just in case the moonchild reached the moon that never sets. Then Rose having to kill the moonchild all this time has been a moot point. Sigh. Even my mistake was in your plan. You are really scary people. Even more scary is Zieg. He is trying to destroy the Signet Sphere, using the Divine Moon objects. Wait a minute. You made the Signet Sphere just because you were afraid of the birth of the God of Destruction? And why did you make tools that can destroy the Signet? Ask Charles. It was decided between the siblings. I will. You. You guys were meant to come to this city. Humans, Gigantos, and one of us, a Wingly. I would like to tell you something. It wasn't only Winglies that wanted the Dragon campaign. However, it is true that Winglies and humans drove themselves to war. If you have time, let me tell you a story about the two Winglies who were the leaders. Tell me. This is actually really interesting and plays into the reason we've been collecting Stardust this entire time. The first is Melbu Frama. He was the leader of the Winglies during the Dragon campaign. He was also the younger brother of Charles. Being the leader of the Winglies meant being the ruler of the world. He professed that only Winglies had the right to live, and he ruled over other species physically and mentally. As a result, the grievances of the other species accumulated, and the Dragon campaign began. The war ended when the royal capital Cadessa was annihilated, and at the same time Melbu Frama was killed by the sword of the Dragoon Zieg. The other man who led the Winglies was Faust. As the right-hand man of Melbu Frama, he was feared by other Winglies. He was also known as a wizard and a magician. His magic power was incredibly enormous. He could even create his own apparition, his double. The apparition had most of the capabilities of Faust himself. However, Melbu felt uneasy over the existence of the apparition, so he created something. What Faust did was like professing an intention towards disloyalty. It is natural that he didn't like it. It was called the Vanishing Stone. With that item, it is said that you can make the apparition disappear. Although, I don't know if it is true or not. Let's get back to the story. Faust was the commander of the super mobile fort Flanvel as well. Now, Flanvel is at the bottom of a glacier. However, it used to be floating in the sky in order to protect the 5 main cities that also floated in the sky. Faust manipulated Flanvel and killed any other species. However, the insanity of Faust ended with the collapse of Flanvel. It was shot down by a weapon invented by humans, the spear shooter. His beloved vehicle became his tomb. He should be satisfied with that. That is the end of my story. If you want to listen to it again, come back anytime. I'm more than willing to tell you. No, okay, that guy wasn't the one that talked about Stardust. There's a Wingley in this town that does mention Stardust. But yeah, the whole idea is, yes, by completing the, where's the Wingley that talks about it? One Wingley will mention Stardust and how magic. You? Is it you? But yeah, that guy's story was interesting. Oh, yeah. Stardust materializes prayers spoken with purity. Its magic power must still exist. Yeah, see? So it is real, like, the wish upon a Stardust to make things. Anyways, this is the Cowardly Time Lord signing off and saying, have a good day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Bye-bye now. Woohoo!